Welcome back to another Monday Night Wise Men podcast with me and Kurt. Come on,
yeah, man. Earmark, no, this, man, no.
That,
something wrong with this sound thing.
Kurt, oh man, Kurt having technical difficulties over there. All right, anyway, welcome back to the Monday night podcast, the Wiseman podcast. Me, Martin Mentor, Kirky Fresh. We got a special guest in the building tonight. We are going to refer to the special guest as Joey, which is an alias. We are going to conceal his identity. That's why you don't see him on the screen. The screen is blacked out, and we are going to refer to him as an alias, as Joey. So come on in, hit that like button, let us know where you are checking in from. We're going to get this roll call going, and we're going to get this show on the road. Kirk, are you good?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah. All right, so come on in, everybody. Come on in. Hit that like button. Let us know where you are checking in from. Joey, are you in the building?
What's going on?
Welcome. All right, everybody. All right, so everybody's here. Come on in, hit that like button. Let us know where you're checking in from. Let's get this roll call going real quick so we can get this show on the road, because we don't want to keep our guests waiting. We want to get straight to the nitty gritty, and as the room fills up, they can, catch up, and if they got to go back and watch the replay of what they missed, then so be it. All right, Warrior Express is in the building. Class is in session. What's good? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Mark Brown in the building. Shout out to the moderators. Pippi's in the building. Shout out to Pippi, Devarte. Who else we got? We got Zupchuck. What's going on? Detroit is in the building. What else we got? We got Alabama in the building. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook. Alabama's in the building. We got Lexington, Kentucky in the building. Cleveland, Ohio's in the building. We got Augusta. I'm assuming that's Augusta, Georgia in the building. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Hit that like button. Let us know where you are checking in from. Kurt, how are you doing tonight?
What's going on, everybody?
And you look like you was having a little technical difficulties for a minute. You got it under control?
Yeah, we got it now.
Okay.
Everything is good, man.
Everything good? It's good.
Yes, sir. We got our guest. So, what's the guest doing, man? Shout out to the guest tonight.
Joey.
Lost him?
He's here. Joey. He just said what's up. Hold on. Yeah, we lost him. Hold on. We lost him. Hold on. Let's see if he is that him texting you?
No.
Oh no, you wanna text him? We lost him. Maybe he lost his signal.
I'm gonna tell him to try to use his computer. But yeah, man, let's get rolling until we get him back. Tonight we're supposed to be talking to him about what's really going on from a broker side, you know what I mean? And a lot of guys who are out here complaining about the rates. Hopefully we're gonna hear from a broker point of view tonight that's gonna be telling you why the rate is the way it is and why some of you guys get the rate that you get. Right, Mark?
Mm-hmm. All right, here you go. Joey, you good now?
Yeah, sorry, my phone was like, the temperature was like really hot. My phone just turned off. I don't know why.
You want to use your computer if it's better?
Oh, it's fine now. It's all good.
Okay.
All right, let's get this show on the road, Kirk. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and break the ice and get everything going, and then I'm gonna just chime in here and there and keep an eye on the chat and probably throw up a poll.
Yeah, Joey, what's up, man?
Man, chilling, man, chilling. Yeah, it's
You
been
know,
rough. Been rough, but we're pushing through.
we've been talking about. First, I want to say, man, I appreciate you for taking the time to come on the show tonight. We want to shine a light and a couple rumors. Pretty much, it's a lot of rumors and some of these stuff that's been in the trucking. Uh, I would say the trucking industry is not.
Yeah,
There's no factual stuff behind it, so sometimes we on the internet, me and Mark, and we be telling people stuff, and so they be thinking that when we don't know what we're talking about, or what I mean, we're making
yeah,
stuff up. So I like to get stuff. When I say stuff, I like to get stuff also from the source because I have a lot of brokers, and I know what word on the street is saying. You get what I'm saying?
hmm
A lot of the behind the scenes stuff that I'm accustomed to and used to, a lot of people doesn't have that privilege because they don't take the time to get familiar with people and they don't build that relationship with
exactly.
brokers
Mhm.
and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So tonight we're gonna be discussing a couple stuff, and I know we only got you for a couple hours, so we're gonna make it real short and sweet. Me and Mark probably gonna continue.
Mhm.
But I just want to say welcome to the Wise Man podcast, man. I appreciate you for stopping by
No
and
problem.
taking the time to come and kind of give us an insight. Of course, he's working with a company. He's currently a broker, so we cannot reveal his identity. And yeah, we're gonna be getting in this discussion now. I don't even know where to start, but I would just let you kind of like you don't have to be specific. If you want to just
hmm
kind of tell people, you know, how long you been a broker, and kind of like what do you think about the current backstroke,
hmm
um, the backstroke. What do you think about the current backstroke? Where the trucking industry is going, as far as carriers and brokers. As I say, you don't have to be specific about how long because I don't. If it's we're trying to keep your identity as clean as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't
No
have to be
worries.
specific, but
But
yeah, just
but
give
be
us a
but be
kind of
honest though. Keep it funky. No
yeah,
matter.
Yeah, I gotta keep. I
Don't
always
worry
gotta keep
about
it.
the.
I always gotta keep it 100 with Kirk. I always gotta keep it 100 with Kirk.
yeah.
But yeah. Started. Let's see. This is my 5th year being a broker. Got some buddies that were into it. Um, and me personally seeing like all the info that I'm getting and seeing like the back, like the behind the scenes, I think it's like really low now, but it's gonna shoot up. Like it always shoots up during the holidays, because people need stuff moved. But I feel like we're like kind of like pretty low now, but I see it like in probably a couple months, it's gonna start shooting back up. Um, yeah, it's just all with like the customers and like because right now, personally, all the info right now we got is it's all about supply and demand now, and it's pretty low just because the shipper and the customer they're combined and they come up with the rates and they hit me with them. Um, I say like I'm trying to put this in a so there's two positions. So the customer hits my manager up with rates on lanes. So let's just say it's a San Antonio going to Florida. Um, they hit us with rates. Sometimes they're pretty low. It depends if it's a full truckload or if it's a partial load. And I always tell Kirk, it's always good for it's always good to grab partials because you can get more money out of it and you can put things together. Because some of these full truck rates, they're not good at all.
hmm
And then like let's just say Kirk wanted to run a load with us, and I'll give him like a full truck rate. and he'd be like, "Man, it's too low," and I'm like, "Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm like, this is how much they're giving us. We got to stay at this rate." Um, but yeah, it's just we just got to come up with a number that works for both of us and kind of makes sense.
Okay. Um, as far as your customer, overall, because I know you guys work with a lot of customer.
Hmm.
Um, what determine the rate overall, regardless of what the customer is willing to pay? What dictate the rate, um, overall
Hmm.
when it comes on to getting freight?
Um,
Is it the carriers, or is it the, you get what I'm saying? Is it us, the carrier dictate the rate? Because a lot of people think that carriers control the rate, but what really control the rate?
what controls the rate is the shipper and the customer. I'm
Okay.
trying to see, because yeah, it's usually not the carriers. It's usually just the customer and the shipper because the supply and demand's kind of low. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and to like put it in like simple terms is sometimes like the shipper and the customer, their rates are like completely off, and sometimes I like wonder, I'm like, why, like what's going on, and it's usually it's not enough for them to supply us with, so they give us the best they could, and they give
Mm-hmm.
us like, 5 loads for the week, and it's like, man, I got a bunch of people that want to run lanes, I got to keep them moving, and I mean that's the only lanes I got at the moment.
Right. You got any question, Mark?
No, I'm just, the main question I had, you just asked them. So
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the meat and potatoes, so then I can chime in. I
Yeah.
want the meat. I want to get to the meat and potatoes.
So the customer shoot you guys a rate, right? And
Hmm.
based on that rate, are you saying that based on that rate, that's what dictate the what the carrier is gonna, what you guys are gonna pay the carrier? Because I
Um.
know a lot of times, you
Hmm.
guys get bad name because you guys are getting, you know carrier accuse you guys of getting a lot of money, and you guys are keeping back a lot of money, but you're saying that's not really the case. But I feel like, I feel like if if the carrier are saying that the rate is, you guys are keeping a lot of the money,
Hmm.
but
Let
you're
me
saying that the
just ask them straight
customer,
up.
huh?
Just ask them straight up. Do y'all, and keep it funky? Do y'all
Yeah,
Hmm.
do y'all?
do y'all take advantage of the carriers? Let's just keep it
Yeah.
funky, man. Let's just get to it.
Um.
Keep it funky now.
So yeah, I gotta say the truth on this one, because there's some you can just tell some brokers are just, are shady. Some of them are, truthful, and they will help you out actually.
Uh-huh.
Um. What I'm seeing on my side, some of them are sketchy. Some of them they're not willing to pay. But you, like, for me personally, I just got to be reasonable with everybody.
Yeah, but you work in an office with 60 brokers, man. You
Hmm.
walk around and see guys getting ripped off all day long, right?
100%.
What
Yeah, so
determines what deter? Sorry, Kurt.
yeah, go ahead.
How do you determine who you gonna rip off or not? Like, how do
Uh,
you determine? Is it
so
care? Because I want, let's get to it now. Because this is what they here for. Let's get to it. I'll let you, what I'm saying, beat around the bush, but man, come on.
What do you
How do
I
say?
you
hear you.
deter?
I hear you.
How do you determine who you gonna rip off? Is it because can you tell from the way they talking on the phone? Okay, this guy lacks experience. Let me stain him real quick so I can you dig with, you know what I'm saying? So how do you
Yeah,
determine who you gonna get?
100%. So the first thing is, if I have a guy that calls me, hey, what's up, bud? I see this lane, and he's asking for like $5 a mile, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm like, where are you getting $5 a mile at? You know, and that's when I put my 2 cents in. I'm like, okay, this guy's probably brand new. He doesn't know how many, you know, he doesn't really know like what he's talking about. So then I just really take advantage of it and just be like, hey man, like, you know, this and that. But you know, and like sometimes when you get the MC, they only been in business for 3 months, and it's like, okay. But if you like actually know like how many miles, like let's say he only trying to get $1.80 a mile or $2 a mile, then I know like he actually knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're just like hitting me with some bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
like some like high ass rates, and then I'm like, okay.
So how do you get them? Like, it's not you per se. I don't know if you get them or not, but I know you probably got some colleagues in the office that after they get
Yeah,
off the phone, you see
y'all
that
do your
you see
little
the
locker room
you
talk.
see the high fives. Yeah, man, I just got him to run for peanuts, man.
And then the biggest thing too, they'll be like, oh, okay, but okay, man, I'll save your number. Anytime I get these lanes, I'll hit you back up. And then instantly they book the load.
Mhm.
That broker's never calling that guy again. You know?
So when they get these guys to run for peanuts, how does the broker break down the access? Do you get like a bonus, or how does that work? If you got a load that's paying you X amount of dollars and you get a
Mm-hmm.
carrier to run it for peanuts, you're saving the
Mm-hmm.
company a lot of money. You get a lot. Do you get a bonus for that? Or how does that money get divvied up when you stain somebody?
Um, it's usually month to month, so you basically it just all tallies up for the whole month, and then you just get a bonus from that,
Okay.
from the profit.
Now let me ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
does the company incentivize you for taking advantage of novice or drivers that just lack experience? Is it incentivized?
Well, the main thing is we try to look for people that are like, you know, they're like, you know, on time. You know, we look at basically like on time pickup, on time delivery,
Mm.
and I'm just trying to put this in like.
I no. What I'm saying is, what I'm asking you is, when you start at the brokerage at the brokerage firm, do they
Mhm.
train you specifically to, if you see
Basically lie.
a weak, no, not lie, if you see a weak carrier, try to take advantage of the situation and get them to run, or manipulate them to running for less, so that the brokerage can keep more.
Yeah, like basically just milk them a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 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 Go ahead, Kurt.
Mark is
And
something
then
else.
and then
I'm
if
just,
you
go
like,
ahead.
you know, no, go ahead, you're good.
Go ahead. No, you got it.
No, like the main thing is like I tell all these people is come in knowing how much you want a mile and calculate
Mm-hmm.
it, just so you get these brokers freezed up and they're like, okay, oh man, this guy knows what he's talking about. You know, they
Mm-hmm.
don't just like throw me a random rate on a lane, and that just makes me think like, okay, this guy's unexperienced. He doesn't know really what he's talking about, and he's just throwing me like a random huge number.
But let
What's
me
the
ask.
cheap? Go ahead. Go ahead. You got it, Kurt. You
Hold
got
on.
it.
Let me ask you a question, because if the shipper is paying $2,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
What amount of money you guys are willing to keep back from the carrier? Is there once that number hit the office, right? Because you
Mm-hmm.
just said that is a shipper and the customer, right?
Correct.
But when it gets to you guys, if the
Mm-hmm.
shipper says that they're gonna pay $2,000, when it get in in your office, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Yeah.
problem that we have. We have a problem when you get the money from the shipper. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who dictate the final rate that's gonna be issued to the carrier?
It's
And
the
and
account.
and, and in any event, because you still got to make money off that 2 grand. So
Mm-hmm.
how that money get breaking down into pieces where you guys make a lot of money? Like, how does that work?
So it usually hits the account manager. So
Uh-huh.
he dictates the rates of the lane, and then he presents it to me. He goes, "Hey Joey, I need you to be under 18 for this." So I try to stay at around like 1750 to 18
Mm-hmm.
usually, because he always like literally this is what they tell me. They go, "All right, let's make money on this lane. I know you can sell it. Let's do it." Like that's like basically what they just tell me all the time. And just
So,
like,
so, so is it a percentage? Is it a percentage that that the brokerage is aiming for? Is it okay? This load is paying this much. Let's see if we can get the carrier to run it for 50%. So let's say I'm just gonna make up another. Let's say this load pays 5,000. See if you can get a
mhm.
carrier to run it for 25, or see if you can get a carrier to run it for 1,500 or what. Like how is it, what's the just walk us through it, like walk us through the scenario. How is it, how do you approach it,
Okay.
or
So
how do they approach you to approach it, how do they train you to approach it?
they will hit me with a lane, and
Mm-hmm.
then they will go on the dashboard and see what it's going for that lane, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll put the amount of money, and it'll be like, okay, so we're gonna stay under 30%, and then they give it to the reps, and they're like they try to go more under,
Mm.
and then
Okay.
once like and then we can move up a little bit, just like to get the carrier thinking like we can move up on the rate, but we're just moving up to that 30%. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So y'all want to try, y'all industry standard for broker threshold is 30%. Y'all want to try to take 30%.
Correct.
It's not bad, right, Kirk?
Yeah, but there are some brokers who are taking 50%,
Yeah.
60%.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
There's
that's
some.
what we're saying. If because if you're getting your 30%, because this is a problem carrier have. If you're getting your 30%, but there are brokers in your same office that are taking 60%, because you just said that if a guy, let's say a guy like me that is experienced, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will make your 30% off of me. Cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a guy who come with that $5, $7 a mile, you now would try to get the 60% off of him because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then
Oh,
what they do is like they'll be like, oh, I have these lanes all the time. Like let's just take this load, get experience with this load, and
right.
I got you four more for next week. But
Oh, so
knowing damn
once they lock you in, once they give you that first lane and they realize that they can get 60% off of you, they will try to lock you in, so that way they keep making that 60% off of you.
correct.
This is why I tell you guys all the time, don't make broker take your truck and run your business. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a broker that is going to take your truck and he's going to basically make thousands. This is why brokers that can afford to go to Miami. You get what I'm saying? And drive around in Tesla and stay in fancy hotel, because what they do is they'll lock you in these route, or they'll give you these dedicated lane, and unbeknownst to you, you're running. I see, there's a couple guys, who came to me in the past, and I'm not telling anyone to run their business, but dude was running from Atlanta back up to Indiana to pick up $900 every Thursday. And I'm like, bro, if a broker lock you in at $900, there's a reason why they're keeping you at that $900. They're making
Exactly.
money
They're
from you.
making money. They're
You
making
get what I'm
money.
saying? And so this is where I talk about some guys love that job security. Some of you coming out here running your trucking company, and you want that job security. You want to make sure that if you go in certain state, there's a load there for you. You get what I'm saying? And here a
Mm-hmm.
broker is telling you that Once they lock you in, this is how they make money off of you. And I know what you're talking about, Joey, because I have brokers who said, man, where I see that you in PA, I can give you this all the time. You can, we have it every month or yada yada yada. You get what I'm saying? I had a
Mm-hmm.
buddy of mine call me one time, tell me Global Trans wanna give him a dedicated lane, and I'm like, bro, they're gonna make money off of you. This is how they keep making money off carriers, and this is why I tell guys all the time: don't let brokers and dispatchers run your business. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Taking over your truck and pretty much make thousands of dollars. I did a live about that, talking about brokers and dispatchers taking over your trucking company and ripping you off in the process. So here we have a broker now telling you that if they see that you pretty much a sucker, they're gonna keep you being a sucker. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
So Joey, how often do you guys make more than the carrier? Is it often? Like,
Um, it varies because sometimes we need a load like covered.
mm-hmm,
If we need a load covered, we'll pay more than the market will pay.
mm-hmm.
But most of the time, I say it's like I'm gonna give you a percent, probably like 60 to 75%.
60 to 75% of the time, the brokerage, you guys are making more money than what you're paying the carrier.
Let me see. I have it in my notes. Yeah.
Now, that's
Somebody's
that.
hold on, Mark. Hold on, Mark.
I see it. You talking about interstate screw, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw it. That's why I asked the question. So you're saying over half over half the loads you guys broker, you make more money than the carrier.
Mm, I say like where I'm at now. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so now,
But that's multiple loads combined. But if I'm just selling one load, I'm not making more than the carrier.
okay, now,
If I added like 5 loads together.
okay, so now let me ask you this:
Hmm.
how is that? Is because the carrier lacks negotiation skills? Are you intentionally going out to stain the carrier? And when I say stain, you know what I mean by stain. Are you
Hmm.
intentionally going out? Is it because they lack experience in negotiation? They lack experience in the lane rates, things of that nature. Like, why? How are you guys able to take more than half of the loads, more than 50% of the time? How is that possible? Is this just a bunch? Is there just a bunch of novices out there? Like, what's going on?
No, there's just a bunch of people that know how to negotiate. There's some people that like some truckers don't know because like if you're gonna call on a lane, you got to know what you're talking about, just so you can have the broker freeze up and be like, okay, he's a good carrier. He knows what he's doing, so he's not gonna like finesse them like crazy amounts. But it's just lack of information.
Let me
So
ask.
basically, what I'm saying, when you see somebody that's weak, a weak carrier,
Hmm.
Mark,
you take advantage of them, right?
Mark,
100%.
Okay. I mean,
Mark,
that's
what?
that. I'm getting straight to it, man. They want to
Yeah, no,
know.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, yeah. You got to.
Like,
You have to.
I'm gonna let you do all the. You can be the diplomat today. I'm gonna get straight to it today. All right. You got
Mark.
it. It's on you now. It's
Oh
on you
man.
now.
Hey Mark. Hey
I,
Mark.
I'm I'm gonna let
Mark
you.
getting
You
straight
got.
to it though. Mark getting straight to it. I
I'm getting
like it
straight
though.
to it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is
People want
what
to
they
hear it.
want. That's what they
Exactly.
want. Yeah, let's get to it.
Exactly.
But let
Exactly.
me ask you a
But
question, right?
go ahead.
So um are you guys ever like book a load with a carrier and make a lot of money and then end up feeling bad? Like You know what I mean? Because me and Mark talk about the moral compass of it. Do you ever
Hmm.
book a load and like go home and be like, have like guilt?
Um,
Or is just another day at the job for you?
no, sometimes, it all depends about the broker. Some brokers don't, care, don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
Some do. It's hard to find someone that actually does care and, helps you out and shit. But
Mhm.
sometimes, but it's kind of rare.
So you guys are pretty much ruthless. You guys, it's at the end of the day, it's all business.
It's all business.
Let me ask you a question, right? And this is very
Yeah.
important, right?
Hmm.
What about carriers who you guys already pay? You already pay those carriers a low rate, right?
Hmm.
And let's say the carrier call you and say they got a flat tire, or for whatever reason, and they can't deliver the load, right?
Okay.
Because a lot of guys have question, and uh, you know, when you get a truck to rebook that load, do you? Of course, you gotta have a truck to pick it up. Do you increase the rate? Because if you're making over almost 70%, do you increase the rate at that time to get the load repicked up and then get it
Yeah.
delivered?
So we will repost the load on the DAT,
Uh huh.
um, and then we'll up the rate just so because that customer's feeding us loads,
Uh huh.
and then we're having people move them. So we're trying to basically increase the rate just so we can have more eyes and people offer on those loads.
So my question is, so why, so if you burn one guy with let's say you pay a guy $1,200, right? You got
Hmm.
2,500 in the load, you pay a guy $1,200. Is it because the load is already in transit why you put more money on it? Because why you don't let it sit and then burn the second guy? Is it because it's already in transit and you have to get it delivered?
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Because
so,
and
so the
those
second
and then
guy
because the
so
thing
the
is too.
second guy who pick it up is in a better position than the first guy.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are dirty, man.
No, and
If
because
that's the
and the
case,
thing
I want
too
to
is
be the
and the thing
second
too
guy,
is
man.
and the thing too is like we're trying to keep these customers happy because that's what the lanes come in and they feed
Uh-huh.
us more stuff to move. So we like we're basically telling the customer, oh yeah, it's on the way, but we don't even have a driver yet.
Hmm.
Y'all lying to the customers too. But the customers are more important to the broker than the carriers, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Let
How,
me
what?
ask you a question. Let me ask you a quick question, and Mark, you can go. Let me ask you a question. Why do you guys? Are you guys trained to lie to customers and carriers, or you just automatically lie because of saving face, saving face for your company? Like how does the line comes in? Like, is that something that you guys, is that coming from you or is coming from the account manager?
It's coming.
Where does the lie come from?
The lie is basically from the account managers.
Uh-huh.
So they basically lie and then just tell us things, and then that's when we have to like like step in and be like, all right, we gotta like move this freight. But like the account managers, they have direct contact with the customers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say like we have a load and it needs to be picked up by noon and it's
Mm-hmm.
already 3 o'clock. We already telling the customer it's already picked up,
Mm.
just so like we can keep them happy and get things moving and still have like the customer feed us loads. Because if like let's say we tell them, oh, the load hasn't been picked up, they're gonna be like, okay, you know what, this company's no good, no good, we're not gonna give them any more loads, you guys are done.
So you lie. So your loyalty is not really with nobody. It's not really with the carrier or your customer. You pretty much lie to I mean pretty much stay in business. I don't really want to say stay
Yeah,
in business.
stay in business, and give it like have some time
Uh-huh.
to like recoup.
Right. Go ahead, Mark. I know you was gonna ask something.
No, go ahead. You
Mm-hmm.
got it. No, you got it. You got it. I pretty much, I just wanted to cut to the, if I
Yeah,
Let,
think
get
of something
straight to
else,
the.
I'll get to it.
let me ask you this question, right? Um when you guys on a carrier get into an argument, right? Like
Hmm.
say, you guys have a disagreement and the broker and the carrier refuse to to deliver the load. Why is
Hmm.
it that you guys always threaten the carriers that you guys are gonna file a claim on their insurance? Is that something come from you, the broker, or that's another internal strategy that you guys use to intimidate the brokers? I
It's
mean, sorry, to intimidate the carriers. When, like, say a carrier, I'll give you a scenario. Let's say a carrier did a driver assist, right?
mhm.
And you
Hit that
guys
like button. Go.
you
I'm
guys
sorry.
did you guys didn't pay him or whatever, and there's an argument and there's a disagreement. The line where you guys use where you said that, oh, we're gonna file an insurance claim. I know it's
Yes,
an intimidated strategy, but is that come directly from you, or is it coming from the upper management?
it's coming from the upper management, because the upper management will be like, "Hey, Joey, I need an update on this," and I like, me and the carrier are having a fight about it, and I tell the account manager, and the account manager is like, "Okay, so if he's not willing to deliver, then we gotta file a claim and let the customer know."
Uh-huh.
So that's upper management, because all my role is to sell you the load and make sure it gets to point A to point B. Anything
Mm-hmm.
out of that is upper management, people that run the load, people that built
Mm-hmm.
that load.
Okay.
Hold on, Kirk. We got 75 people in here. I seen it hit 77. We only got 45 likes, guys. I'm getting to the nitty gritty. Kirk's getting to the nitty gritty. We asking the questions that you guys have always wanted to know the answers to.
Mm-hmm.
Please, a like.
And
A
another thing
like.
is, I'm gonna
Please, a
put it in
like.
here too. I know
Go ahead.
Kirk likes this too. Um, Anytime you're at the shipper and you get it loaded with anything extra, don't leave the shipper until you get money added to the Raycon, to a revised Raycon.
Right. So, but so I was gonna get to that, right? Because
Hmm.
there's a lot of money that you guys cheat carriers out of. You cheat carriers out of detention, driver assist. You guys carriers over overweight. I mean, sorry, extra weight, extra load. Um, uh,
Hmm.
like why? Like if the cut if you guys are already getting 70%, right?
Hmm.
Why, when all these additional stuff come, like, why is it that sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but I'm just saying, why is it most of the time you guys don't want to pay it? Because you know what I'm talking about. I guess it's you're gonna
Yeah.
give me an account manager again, but why does that? Is it there's a is there a respect issue with carriers? Like, what is the underlying content there? Why you guys don't want to hand over whatever extra money carriers need to get to stay in business?
I can answer
Um.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
You want to
I'm
pocket it,
curious now.
right? You want to pocket it, right?
Mark.
I mean,
I
that's
mean, yeah,
easy.
shit. So yeah, some people like to pocket it, but the other thing is too, you get those people that like that doesn't build the load correctly, and then
Uh-huh.
you get overweight. So then we have to add money. So they don't want to like fix their mistake. They don't want to be like, okay, we're gonna give the carrier extra money from my fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people are just scum, and then just try to not answer the driver or whatever the case is, and just go about their day, not answer their phone, not answer the emails, you know, shit like that.
Let me ask you this.
People
Let
that
me
try
ask
to.
you on a brighter note. on a brighter note, what can a carrier do to ensure that they're getting the maximum amount that they can get for that load? Because I feel like the carrier should get the majority of the rate. So how can carriers educate themselves so that they know that they're getting the better end of the stick when it comes to these loads?
Make sure the load's on your truck and do not leave the shipper.
No, I'm talking about as far as the rates. Talking about the rates. Yeah.
Usually it all depends. It varies. You have to talk with the broker and just come up with a rate and whatever you think it's good. Because it's not like, it's a set price. You just negotiate it. Like, I want $200 extra or $100 extra.
But you guys already have a price, right? And you guys know what you guys want to make, right? Off the load, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how can the carrier educate themselves that they're getting the maximum amount? Because the carrier should get more. They should get the majority. But you're telling me, right, that in some cases you guys are getting in the upwards to 75% of the load sometimes. So that means the carrier is getting about 25% of the load, right?
Yeah. Or
okay.
it could flip flop in that.
Okay, so I'm speaking in on the negative side for the carrier. I'm not speaking on the flip side, on the positive side. I'm speaking on the negative side. There's a carrier. Let's use the example of a carrier that's getting the 25% or that 30% of that load. How can that carrier better and educate himself that he knows how to negotiate better with the broker? As a broker, what would you, if you're a broker, let's say your brother was a trucker and he just got his CDL and he gets his truck, how would you train your brother to negotiate rates for loads when he calls a brokerage firm?
You just gotta look at that rate. You just gotta know, like, you personally, you just gotta have a number in mind. What, like, do you want to stay at $2? Do you want to stay at $2.50? You would just have to go on the DAT, look up how much that lane is going for, and you try to shoot for that number.
What about their cost per mile? Do you think they should be educating themselves on the cost per mile, how much to run the truck, and then
Yes.
and then take that rate based on the cost per mile?
Mm-hmm. Because then those brokers will be
Because
like,
because listening to you, evidently you're not gonna teach nobody how to make money off of you. I get what Mark is asking, but I just, you're not gonna sit here and tell a guy how to come and rip you off. That's where Mark is trying to go. But
No, it ain't ripping him off. It's out. Here's the thing. I cracked my jokes. I made fun, but now it's time to educate them. You know what I'm saying, on how to get to the money. You see what I'm saying? So now it's time to I want to get the answers. Okay, how would you train your brother if your brother was a trucker? If I'm a broker and I know all the secrets, and my little brother is an owner operator, I'm gonna make sure my little brother is straight. I'm gonna give him all the secrets. Do this, don't do this, don't do that. So basically what I'm asking is, what should the subscribers, the people that are watching this in the chat, what can they do better and what should they avoid? You see what I'm saying?
Avoid giving the rate first. Let the broker give them rate first. Let them show your cards.
Now we cooking. Now we cooking. Now say that one more time.
Don't show your cards first. Let them show their cards.
Okay.
Because you never know. It could be higher than you want.
Now we cooking. Now we cooking with grease. Stop exposing your hand. Stop being thirsty. Exactly. Stop being desperate. What we talked about a week ago. People running off desperation. Know how to negotiate. Go learn how to play poker. If you know how to play poker,
you're golden.
Use some of them poker tactics when you're negotiating these rates. So that's what I wanted to hear. You got it, Kurt. You got it for the next 10 minutes.
Do you guys? What do you think about? What do you think about new carriers? Because there's a lot of new carriers coming out.
Yeah.
Like Mark said that they don't know how to negotiate. They don't have a cost per mile. I guess I'm kind of asking the same question, but in a different way. I know there's a lot of factoring going into booking the load, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as a new carrier comes out, brand new authority, do you guys in the office ever like tell each other like, man, this guy's new, cut him a slack, or you guys just like, you get what I'm saying? Like, is there any empathy for anybody at all in the office as a broker, or are you guys just pretty much is game on whether you're a new carrier or an old carrier? Does it matter? You know
It
what I
doesn't
mean?
really
Like a
yeah,
guy
it
that
doesn't. Yeah,
just
it doesn't.
started 2 days ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's just the one thing they look at is the safety scores. I mean, if it's a new carrier, it's going to be 0, obviously, but
Uh-huh.
usually some brokers like new carriers just so they can finesse.
Right.
And some of the carriers don't know what they're talking about, or like
Mm-hmm.
they're really clueless.
Uh-huh.
But if they have an idea about a rate and everything, then that's when like things get interesting.
Do
So
you
so
guys
when
ever
go ahead.
stop each other from taking advantage of a carrier? It doesn't matter if it's a new or old carrier. Do you guys ever like, or you guys just kind of like do like what the police does, just turn a blind eye?
Mm, yeah, I don't even know. That's a hard one.
I guess there's a there's a brotherhood in the broker business.
Oh, there's no friends in freight.
Oh man,
No,
that's a new
there's
phrase
no
right there.
friends in freight.
No friends in freight.
What about this the what about the I guess I would say the label that you guys have as a scammer? Do you guys think that you guys are scammers?
Um, Sometimes I feel like sometimes.
So you make so you're saying that off the back of new carriers, old carriers, you make your company 75%, and you get a check every month because of you're getting kickback basically off the freight. Um,
Hmm.
do you ever get those checks and say to yourself, man, next week I want to get more,
Oh
or
yeah,
you get what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Because they have goals for you.
Uh-huh.
Like if you do good in 1 month, they want you to do better than that last month. It just keeps going on and on and on.
Oh, so you're saying that the company encourage you to be better?
Yeah. Hmm.
Wow. You
Because
hear that,
because a
Mark?
lot of because a lot of people, because I'm telling you, these brokerages, man, they'll get rid of you so quick. If you have one bad month, man, you gone.
So let
Do
me
you
ask you
guys?
this. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Kurt.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Mark. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this: how do the brokers get paid? Is it a salary? Is it salary base salary with commission? How
Yeah.
does how?
So it's a base salary and then plus
Okay,
commission. If you got to
okay,
pass, your quota or whatever you guys like, whatever you signed off on.
okay. So what's the quota normally?
Anything past 18,000.
Okay, so that means you have to make $18,000 collectively off all the loads you brokered to carriers.
Anything above that. So let's just say I hit 19,000, I go to
Okay.
22,000, and then I keep that 3K, or they take a percentage off of it, that 3K, because you're passing that 18 grand.
Okay. So you get a threshold 18 grand, and anything beyond that 18 grand, you get to keep.
You get percentage. Yeah.
You get a percentage of it. What's the percentage?
Yeah. It's usually like probably 6%.
So they give you 6% off the threshold. Once you exceed the threshold, you get 6% off the excess.
Anything,
right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. So before you hit that threshold, you just get your base salary, right?
Yep, correct.
And then the commission is off once you go beyond that quota that you have to meet, right?
Yep.
All right. So basically, the incentive is for you to make as much money off every load as possible. One, to hit that threshold because your job is on the line if you don't, right? So that's motivating you to keep your job. And then two, to pass that threshold number so that you can increase your pay, right? So every load that you broker, day in and day out, you are trying to make as much money for the company and for yourself as possible. Okay.
So that's why some people, like, in the beginning of the month, there will be a lot of people, like, requesting detention, requesting, driver assist, and some people won't answer just because, like, it's the beginning of the month and they want to start off their month good.
Right.
And lose money.
So your whole ambition when you go to work every day is to make money for you, to make money for the company. One, so you can pass that threshold and secure your job, and two, to increase your paycheck, right? So I'm just trying to, I know it seems like, but I'm just trying to, I'm trying to paint a picture. I'm trying to paint a picture. So when it comes to the carrier, right? When it comes to the carrier, there's no moral compass, right? And I know I asked this before, if you know that if you know you can take advantage of, let's say you got two people that are bidding for this one load, right? Obviously, you're going to give it to the person who's bidding the least amount, right? Or you've coerced somebody into taking it. They're a novice. You coerced them into taking it for low, right? Is there any moral compass, or are you just concerned with, man, I'm trying to keep my job and I'm trying to, I gotta make sure my commission is this much because I gotta get my fiance a wedding ring? Is it all based? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to paint the picture. So because I want, my purpose of asking these questions is so that the people that are watching, they understand now. So when they go on these load boards and when they're talking to these brokers, they're gonna be a little bit more sharper.
Yeah,
they're gonna be a little bit more sharper. All right, because there's no friends in freight. You have a job to do. Your best interest is you and your family, right? You really could care if this person took a load for dirt cheap, and they operate. Some of these people at the loads they take, and they're operating at a loss, right? I would assume you would know this.
Yeah, 100%.
But brokers don't care. I don't want to single you out. Brokers don't really care though, do they?
Most of them don't. They don't even care. But some of them do. But it's rare. Like you got to find that one person that actually cares, and actually it will help you out.
Let me ask you this: do you care?
100%.
Do you care for everybody? You just have a select group of people, but you're willing to stain somebody if
I have. If it's a new person, I try to build with them, but most of the time I have a selective, because they're good. They're on
Mhm.
time. You know, they're on time. They tell me the truth. And I just keep it real with them too, as well,
So
because that's
if
how
you
you.
got so
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
let's say you got like your girlfriend want to go to Jamaica in a month or two, and you know you got to pay for this trip. Does that give you incentive, man? You know, I gotta go knock a few heads. Does that give you incentive? Because I gotta make this much money so this check can be. Does that push you into that direction, or you in particular, you're just a all around good guy,
I'm just all around.
just all around good guy.
Other people, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know a couple people are just they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
But
But
They'll
so let me
do.
one more question, Kirk, and then you got it. But so you working in the office and you know you're working around people that's staining people. Like how does that make you feel going into work every day, knowing that there's a poor carrier out there that's just doesn't know any better, and these guys are high fiving each other in the office, laughing and making fun of them, and you're sitting around in your cubicle and you're hearing these things. How does that make you feel?
Um, no, it kind of makes me mad because it's just they're just doing it one and done. They're not getting like you know what's it called, a relationship with that carrier, because you never know when you're gonna need him again. Because they'll just be like, okay, I just made a quick 100, but it's like, okay,
The shoe they can probably do that a few times a day though, right?
yeah. Mhm.
Right. So them quick hundreds add up. All right, you got Kirk
but
for the next
but
15 minutes.
but but you said that it seems to me, because a lot of time you talk, it seems that the main target that you guys target are new carriers. Is it because they're easy prey, their lack of knowledge, their inexperience, they don't have any safety score? Is those are a combination of stuff why you guys take advantage of the newer carriers versus the older carriers?
Yeah, just because I'm like the newer carriers, they don't, because they'll just cold call you. They'll just call you and they just don't know really what they're talking about, and that's easy finesse.
this,
You know,
this guy says this guy says just an easy
I'm being
finesse.
for real. I'm being for real. Like if
Hey,
you come
Mark,
in
this
and
guy
you know
says
your
an
shit.
easy finesse. Mark, I can't do this, man.
Hey, hold on. Let me ask this question real quick. Somebody want to know why does the price on the DAT board increase around 1 or 2 in the morning? Do you know that? Do you know why?
I do not know. I would have to check in with my after hours, because after hours they're like masters at that. But I usually work during the day.
Okay.
I
Go
just
back.
only see the market for the during the day time.
Go, go. I want to ask you a next question. Go back to what Mark was saying, right? Because a
Hmm.
lot of time, I know you say you're all around guy, but at the end of the day, you still gotta be at a certain number every month to make money to keep your job, plus to get your 6% commission. So
Hmm.
you do, you do make money off of carriers. You get what I'm saying? I know you say you're all around guy, right?
Yeah,
But my question is, are you personally, do you target newer carriers to make that 6%, or your target is a combination of different carriers?
I say mine is a combination of different carriers, because I can make what $30 off one carrier, but if I'm doing that 200 times a day, it all adds up. Because
Uh-huh.
some people like to go for the big, they like to go, oh, make $500, boom, that's it. But it's like if you
Wow.
just like space it out a little bit, it's gonna add up.
Wow. Now let me ask you this, because we talk a lot about box truck, right? No,
Hmm.
are you guys do you see the same inexperience with semi drivers as equal as box truck drivers, or it doesn't matter whether they're driving a semi or a box truck, if they're stupid or if they're
Yeah, it
new?
doesn't really matter because they can drive a Sprinter van. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
So it doesn't matter what type of unit they have.
Hmm.
It doesn't make a difference. Inexperience is just inexperience.
Yes. Hmm.
When you guys make money, what kind of lifestyle do you guys live? Could you give us a like a scope of the type of lifestyle you live? You know, because I mean, you guys do well for yourself. What kind of lifestyle does being a broker provide you guys? Because you're not making average money, right?
Like starting salary for like normal brokers. I actually looked this up. It's like 45 to 50K
Mm-hmm.
starting, but it
That's
all
just
varies about.
base.
That's just base. That's just
Mm-hmm.
base. And then those brokers that are really really good that've been in the industry for 16 years, they're making like probably like 80 starting, 90 starting.
What
Mm-hmm.
about after commission?
After commission for the year, probably like 140.
So you make over you making six figure as a broker. Most of it is ripping off people.
You can say it like that.
This guy's. I think Mark. I think that will bring him to a point where he's guilty, man. So we can say it like that. Um. So you make over 100,000 a year, and and oh, I mean that's crazy money to be in a broker, because if you get 40 and you make that one over what is it, one, how much you said, 140, that's a lot
Yeah,
of
like
money.
those high experience ones. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah.
What kind of lifestyle do you live? Like, could you tell us, like, are you a reserve person? Do you take a lot of trips? Do you wear expensive clothes? You get what I'm saying? Like, what kind of lifestyle does that provide you?
I mean, shit. Sometimes you always gotta spoil yourself. Sometimes when that commission check comes in, sometimes you just want to spend it because you think about it this way: you're getting two checks. You're getting your commission check, and you're getting your salary check. So you can tuck away your salary check, and then treat yourself to the commission,
Wow.
like hustle money.
um I talk about brokers who take their girlfriend to Miami, and talk about brokers who live a certain lifestyle. I want to ask you this question, right?
Hmm.
When when because I see this happen sometime when you guys, let's say you book a load and there's a holiday coming up, right? Let's say
Yeah.
we're gonna have from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it's gonna be a holiday, right? When you guys know that there's a holiday coming up, um I know sometimes you guys, if the load doesn't get delivered, let's say I'm from Pennsylvania and there's a load delivered in Colorado, but for whatever reason I couldn't get to deliver it on Friday and I have to sit all the way till Monday. Do you
Hmm.
guys pay um do you guys pay the drivers to sit there for the weekend? Or you guys
So
just kind of tell them, hey man, sorry they closed, you gotta deliver it Monday, and then make that whatever that, do you, because I know that there's a layover, but again, Mark and I talk about taking advantage of people because they don't know. Do you guys inform them that, hey, there's gonna be a layover until till Tuesday, or you guys just leave them in the dark and keep that money in your pocket?
so you always look at your Raycon, read at the bottom, and it'll tell you like if it has it marked down on the Raycon, they should go off of it. Um, some people um will offer the layovers, um, but layovers are always guaranteed. But some people don't know that because they don't read the Raycon.
Thank you very much. You don't say nothing else. That's it. That's the answer. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You see what I'm saying, Mark? You see what I'm saying? It's like we ask for broker transparency and ask for all these things. And I said it the other day when Cooley was here. I said a lot of people want to know how much money brokers are getting, but at the same time, there's money that they're losing that is right in front of them. You get what I'm saying? So some of you guys will sit at a truck stop for the whole entire weekend, and there's money there, and Tuesday deliver the load and never get it. Because what? You don't read your rate confirmation. You get what I'm saying?
Say I want to revise rate cotton in advance.
Right. Let me ask you a couple more questions. And I know you gotta go, but
Yeah, I actually got to send a revised rate con right now.
yeah, let me ask you this before, I know Mark probably have a couple more questions, right? Do you do you do you think it's gonna be a relationship with brokers and carriers in the near future where it's gonna be like, do you think the relationship is gonna get better, or you think it's gonna get worse based on what is being presented in the industry? Because clearly you're going by certain ingredients towards carrier. Do you think it's gonna ever change?
I think it'll change.
What's going to
How
make it
so?
change? And for
Like
the
the
good or for the
relationship,
bad? The relationship, yeah.
I say it's going to probably be good.
Why you say that?
In my point of view. In my point of view.
Expound.
Expound on that.
Are you talking about like dedicated freight? Like
No, like you
He's
guys stop taking advantage of carriers. Do you think that
dang.
there's ever gonna be a time where you guys gonna stop taking advantage of carriers and be honest, or you think it's just gonna continue being a corporate thing where you guys just make thousands of dollars off of the back of carriers?
I mean, let me change on that. They're always about the money.
So it's never gonna
So
change.
uh
The way the business is set up, it's designed. It's designed the how it's operating, Kurt. That's what it's designed to do.
Mm-hmm.
That
No,
it'll
I know
never.
that. I know that. I just want to hear if he have the same perspective that we have. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that there's any he's you're still there, right,
The,
Joey?
yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, yeah.
Do you think there's ever gonna be a day where brokers and carriers get along and everybody eat good and go home happy, or you think it's gonna be where you guys are just trying to make a commission and the hell with these carriers?
Um it's probably like because they're just trying to, hit their quota, and they're probably just trying to make as much money as possible off you guys.
So
ain't
it's
gonna
never
never
gonna.
happen. Only one thing can make that happen, Kurt.
Uh-huh.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Transparency. Without transparency, there's never gonna be a happy median.
Well, ask him that then. Would you like to see that towards the carrier and the broker? Would you like to see transparency as a
Yeah.
broker?
Hmm.
Would you? Oh,
It's
so
Yeah,
it's just
you don't mind a carrier see how much you guys are getting for the freight?
that's what I was gonna ask him. Are you guys allowed to tell the carrier what you guys are getting for the freight,
so,
or no?
no, but
Okay.
me personally, I do. If I'm like running with Kirk, I always tell him,
So
just so because I usually run with Kirk all the time, and he's always
is that on
honest with me.
is that on a recorded line, or is that off to the side?
Off to the side.
Okay. So
He has my number, so I tell him everything
right.
what he needs to
So
know.
so 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 that's what I'm saying, Kurt. The only thing that's gonna make that happen is transparency. As long
I
as
think
carriers is in the dark, As long
Mm-hmm.
as they're in the dark, man, ain't gonna never be no let's go out and have some beers type relationship. Ain't gonna never
Yeah.
be nothing like ain't gonna
I,
be nothing like that.
I think a lot of guys also can. What do you think about building relationship with our brokers? Because I build a lot of relationship with brokers over the years since I've been out here, and I know that helped me from helped me getting good load and getting good rate. Do you think building relationship is gonna be kind of like uh
Yeah.
a better
Building.
way to go?
Yeah, I say building relationship is going to be better off on both ends. Um, because you can come across a carrier that's a broker that's shitty as hell, doesn't give a fuck, doesn't care, don't won't answer your calls if you have problems. But if you have that broker that's you know like always talking to you, always helping you out, like it's always relationship. That's my main thing. If you have a relationship with a driver, you have a relationship with a broker, you're sitting pretty. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you're calling these random people, you don't know what they're capable of. Like you
Right.
never know if they're gonna finesse you or not pay you for detention or you know driver assist, like all that stuff. And plus, once you get the relationship, you have their personal cell,
Right.
and they have it on their hip, 24/7.
I want to go back to something real quick that you said. You said that at the beginning of the month, a lot of brokers don't want to pay detention. They don't want to pay all these fee because they're trying to they want to start their month good. So
Hmm.
you guys just I mean, I get it. You guys are scheming money from carriers and keeping it whatever. But like what is the I want to find a word. Is there any, when it comes on to the FMC essay, is there any violation? Is there any code of ethic that you guys are violating? You get what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be the first of the month, but when you guys keep money from carriers,
Hmm.
is there any violation in the code of the FMC that you guys are violating that you know about, or you guys are just mainly going by what is being told to you by the upper management?
Yeah, it's just basically what's going up from upper management.
So you don't even know if you're violating a code in the FMCSA.
No,
Oh, wow.
because yeah, they don't tell us none of that in training
So
or
you
how
could
that
be coming
process.
out here violating a lot of carriers and doing stuff that you're not supposed to do because of management. So I mean, I can't blame you because if they shut the company down, it's not gonna be because of your fault. It's pretty much because of management.
Yep, and they're scums.
Do you ever question your manager when they give you a rate? Do you ever ask them why, like, why we have to pay this load so why we have to pay for this guy to deliver this load so low? Do you ever give a pushback, or you guys just like
I
take
no,
the marching orders?
I always do because I'm like, bro, like how are we gonna move this? How are we gonna move this freight for this low? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll just be like, okay, like, we just gotta make money, da 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 da. And then
Mm-hmm.
they'll come back, they'll be like, hey Joey, remember that carrier that you offered? See if he wants to load again. Because that's the only option they have.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women answering. Do you guys have? Is there a different treatment for women when a woman called to book a load versus a man, or you guys really don't care what sex it is?
It really doesn't matter because usually a lot of the girls are dispatchers.
Who do you
Um,
lowball the most, the man or the woman?
I say it's equal.
Oh man.
Hey, what's the can you tell us a story like of just give us a story of somebody who just that you just stained and you just knew like, man, this person is straight goofy. There's no way they making money off this load? Like, do you got a story like you sent somebody from New York to California for like $1,500? Like, what? Give us a good story on just some of the mistakes, the biggest mistake you seen a carrier make. I know you got at least one story.
I got one for you.
Mark
So
is
this
something else,
guy,
man.
yeah, so this driver, he wanted he wanted this load, and he didn't even care. He just needed something on his truck to get back home. But the main thing was, I sold him that load, but literally I saw another load about 10 miles away that's paying double that.
Mm.
So
Why you
I
didn't
could
give
have
it to
been
him?
like, it was a newer carrier. Really, he was like pretty like he's like pretty rude to me. Didn't like really care like what I had to say. He just wanted the load, so I just had to give it to him. He wasn't asking any questions. He wasn't saying, hey Joey, is there any loads nearby? You know, like none of those things. He just wanted the load, wanted for that price, and then my account manager said, yeah, it's approved.
I bet it was.
And then literally I
Hey,
could have been
Mark
like,
is dirty, man. Mark is dirty, man. Mark.
Hey,
Oh man.
shit, I mean, wasn't nothing to think about. Shit.
So,
Hey,
so,
shit.
so the load was paid double, and you pretty much lowball him on the rate that on a load that pay double.
He didn't give him the load that paid double. He saw the load. He could have gave him that load. It was 10
Oh.
miles away, but he just stuck him with the
load that he
bogus
wanted.
load.
Got you.
He was broke. He was trying to get to the crib. He probably didn't have no money. Was he broke or something? Or messed up?
I don't even know. I talk to hella people every day, and some people just like they don't want to talk on the phone. They just want, hey, give me the load, send me Raycon.
But you said he was rude to you, right?
Yeah, he was just rude. He was just like didn't even like he's just like, oh, Laredo to Florida. All right, I want that. Give me 17. I'm like, okay, let me see. And then he goes,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. Then he goes, all right, 17. All right, send it my way. All right, bye. Just like straight to the point. But it's not like he's just straight to the point. But
do you remember where the load was coming from and going to?
I think it was a DSW. It was like somewhere in Texas, and it was like heading up north. But literally, I could have been like, hey man, real quick, can you deadhead 10 miles? This load's paying more, and it's
You
going
said
to
it
the
was
same
paying.
area.
You said that was double, so that was 3,400.
Yeah, it was a full truckload. So shit, he just saw a partial, and he just said, hey, fuck it.
Let me ask you a question, right? Because guys who because you see, one of the biggest question that a lot of people want to know, and I guess this is the kicker: 411 and freight guard. How does carrier end up on 411 and freight guard? What would trigger a broker? Because you have done it before, right?
What, like made a
Do
freight
not
guard?
use when you ride up a guy on freight guard. What normally trigger that?
Well, a freight guard is
Or
just
even
when
if
like
you don't
other.
put him on freight guard, what would trigger you not using him again? You know what I mean?
So it all depends. Like different companies have different standards of percentage they try to be at, like safety scores, driving scores. Like I'm gonna give you a story. This one time I had a guy that called me on a load, and he gave me his MC. I looked it up, and he had a bunch of accidents on the freight guard. And I'm like, hey man, I'm sorry, I can't use you. You have a bunch of accidents. And he's like, oh, what are you talking about? And it's like, man, you had one on July 1st, 2015. And he's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But like, usually like just safety scores. your safety.
No, but what would let you put them on freight guard? What would let you put them?
Oh no, we brokers don't do that. It's compliance. Compliance does that.
Oh, got you.
Remember I was talking about when they did that to
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Real
yeah.
quick, Kirk, on that last thing he was talking about when the guy was rude to him. That's something I heard you talk about before in one of your videos when guys call up the brokers, how they correspond with them
Mm-hmm.
would determine how the broker, treats you. And this was just a good example of what you said. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Communication. Knowing how to talk to the broker, knowing how to the art of negotiation. But see, it sounded like that guy just like he just wanted to get home. He really didn't care, uh,
Mm-hmm.
but still, you said he was rude, and you could have looked out for him because he was going that way anyway. And 10 miles is 10 miles. So if he would have spoken to you a little bit nicer, or came more correct,
Mm-hmm.
he could have went from 1,700 to 3,400.
Yep. And
So
he didn't even ask me. He's like, "Oh, you got better options, or do you have anything close by?" Because the thing too is, anytime, like I tell Kirk this too, anytime you call on a load, say, "What do you have nearby?" Because you never know. The prices can go up, they can go down. You can put things together. You never know. You always ask questions.
but you could have blessed him though. But you decided not to bless him because of the way he was talking.
Interacting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it, Kurt. Hold on. I had one more thing. Hold on, one more thing, Kurt. Then you got it.
I feel bad for these guys, man.
Uh, what's up with the regulation? Somebody want to know. The only way it will stop is when the industry got regulated. Can you elaborate on that, Mark? So, what do y'all think about regulations? Is that something that you guys talk about around the office? Man, what if we get regulated? What's going to happen then? What are we going to do then? Like, are you guys fearful of regulation, transparency, things of that nature? Like, what are your thoughts on that as a broker?
Usually we because like brokers, we have different roles.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling Kirk, RMIS deals with that stuff. I'm not really big onto that.
Mm-hmm.
But I
So
mean, I
that's
have
a
my 2 cents.
compliance department that really worry about that. Your job is really to just get load move and make as much money as you can off the back of.
Hmm.
So I guess what me and Mark got to do is we got to find a account manager at a broker firm and see if we can interview him and find out. You get what I'm saying? And I have a guy that he's not only a broker but he's an account manager. I'm gonna see if I can get him because a lot of the stuff that you say, man, I'm gonna tell you straight up. A lot of people in the live tonight, they don't even like you. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's a good thing that you remain anonymous because if people had saw your face, man, they would have get you, bro. Trust me.
Let me go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You
go
got it.
ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this: is there any discrimination, like when amongst like immigrants, African Americans? Does is there any discrimination when it comes to the rates from different ethnic groups? Are different ethnic groups treated differently than the other ethnic groups? Is there
Mm,
racism, or can you
no,
speak
not
to
not
that?
not really. Not on my end.
No, not
I
on your
never.
end. I'm speaking
Not you, but
Oh,
in
in general,
general.
in general.
in general, collectively, because you're in that. It's just like the police. You got that blue code of silence with the police, so you may hear some things, and you may not, indulge, but you may have to put the front on when you in the office, or you may have to do some fake high fives, even though you don't want to, just to have that camaraderie. So have you heard of yeah the, we're getting over on those black guys, or uh
Screw those Jamaicans.
yeah, those immigrants, man, yeah, we're not paying, like, is there any racism, or are certain ethnic groups treated
I
more
ain't I
fairly
ain't
than
gonna lie to you.
others? Or
I ain't gonna lie to you. I one time I heard this one guy was talking about like these Indians. They're super high on the rates. Don't know what they're talking about. That's the only thing I've heard on my like when I see.
okay, so basically, we don't care. We don't care about the race. We're just looking for the straight stains. We looking for inexperience. We looking for people we can maximize. We don't care if they're purple.
Oh man.
If I can make some bucks off of them based off because they're inexperienced and they don't know how to negotiate, then that's what we looking for. We don't care what color they is.
Mhm.
Basically, right?
Oh
So many
man.
words. Yeah, so yeah, ain't no racism when it come to money, man. And I don't care what you is. White, black, Indian, Hispanic, Native American, immigrant, green card, born here, it don't matter. If they can stand you, they gonna stand you. And that's just what that is. Okay.
Hey,
Mhm.
hey, hey, Joey.
Yes, sir.
Uh, one of the main one of the main thing that I noticed with a lot of the carriers out here, right?
Mhm.
A lot of the carriers sometimes we have a radius. What do you think about carriers who do you run into a lot of guys who will have a radius like they will be like, man, um like they will call in a load but it's not available and then you'll try to offer them a load that go further and they'll deny it because of where it's going. Do you have a lot of that? Do you have a lot of guys who
Yeah,
don't want to travel?
some people are just really picky and they don't want to travel. They don't want to do that little deadhead.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it varies. But most of the time when I offer loads, I'd be like, okay, yeah, this load just got covered, but I have another one like
Mm-hmm.
15 miles away. They'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, it's fine. I'll go to a different company and see if I can find something else, or I'll keep looking on the dashboard.
Okay, so there's guys that will turn on a load because of the wherever it's going might be a little bit further. What about carriers that you guys and this is a topic that I talk about on my channel. And I know people in the comment section is gonna in the live is gonna love this one. What about you guys who intentionally send people in areas that you know that they're never gonna be able to come out with a load? And if why do you guys do it?
Shit, man, you already know the deal to get the load covered, man.
Mark,
Hey, man.
why do you guys do
Uh,
stuff like that, man?
Shit, to get the load covered.
but how y'all finesse them though? How y'all finesse them? Cause I had a guy who,
Oh,
man, y'all finessed this one. Well, I
Oh
ain't saying
man,
you, but
this guy is
man, can you
dirty,
tell
man.
us a story of how you finesse? Cause I had this guy, he got broker finessed him to go to Montana. Told him, man, yeah, go up there. I got another load coming out. I'm gonna
Yeah,
when
how
you
you
get
pull
up there,
those off?
I'm gonna give you that load when you drop this one off. And it was never no load.
yeah. So it's literally the same thing. Like you just basically convince them saying, "Hey, there's another load coming out of there. I'll put you on it." Type shit, and basically they lying hard as hell.
So have you ever done that?
No, never.
Oh
This guy.
man, I don't know how. I don't think you gonna make it in the broker game, man. You too. Oh, man, you
You
got some
can't do this
ethics,
to that
man. You
Man,
gotta lose some.
hey,
You gotta lose
my
some of them
clientele. Hey,
ethics.
hey, listen. Hey,
Hey,
my
you ain't
clientele is
good
crazy.
broker.
Oh man, this is crazy.
Hey man, you gotta get dirty, man. You gotta get your hands dirty a little bit, man.
So the end of the day, what you're saying is that once you have a load to be delivered, you will sell it at whatever cost. It doesn't matter if a guy is gonna be left in a dead zone.
Yeah,
You guys are
there's
dirty, man. I tell you. You guys are dirty.
So when they get left in the dead zone and they calling you like, man, what's up? Like that's when you hit them. You just ghost them, because you told them that you had a load for them, but it really wasn't no load. So now when they drop it and they calling you, what you just don't answer, or like how does that work? You just
So basically sometimes like if a guy does that, he won't even answer. leave him in the dust.
Hey, I'm not laughing because it's not funny. It's not funny, man. But hear from a broker, it's just weird. It's just
oh shit.
Oh man.
Hey, man, I know.
Joey, you guys are savage, man. Oh man. You guys
Oh,
are so bad. God gonna get you, man. Oh man. Oh. Oh.
Hell no. Damn.
This guy doesn't answer the phone. Oh man. That's rude.
Put my shit on D&D.
I think we're gonna have to end the live, man. Cause people gonna get you. People gonna get you, man. People gonna get you, Joey. Oh man. Yo, that's brutal, bro. That's brutal.
Man, we good, man. We live in a gated community over here.
You said you didn't get a community?
We good.
Oh man. Oh man. How many guys sleep at night?
I gotta go. Oh, he's
That's
saying the
crazy,
gated
bro.
community, man.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
That's crazy, man. I try to warn you guys, man. I try to warn you guys. I tell you guys all the time about these
man.
brokers.
Damn.
Oh man.
Oh,
You
man,
guys are brutal, man. You guys can't do that stuff, bro.
Man, so I'm in the gated community, man. I don't care. Oh, shit, man.
You guys are dirty, man. You can't do that stuff, bro. Can't do that stuff. Are you say you're a good guy? Man, listen, man.
Hey man, I'm not saying I did it, man. I'm just saying in general, some motherfuckers be doing that.
So you tell me you ain't never got your hands dirty.
One time.
Talk about it. Let's get to it. Let's talk about it. I want to. Hey man, they calling you a legend in the chat, man. So you might as well just keep going, man.
Shit, man.
Come on, man. We gotta end this live, man.
Hold on.
I'll tell you this one story, and then I gotta wrap it up. I gotta send this guy a revised Raycon.
Okay.
Oh man.
So there's this one guy. So he was like, I'm at the shipper, and then like the load wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I told the guy, I was like, man, shit, the load's not ready. He got mad as hell. And then he's like, yo, I need a tow new. And then I'm like, all right. So I'm like waiting. And I never sent a tow new. And he got mad as hell, just calling everyone's number, all this shit. But this is when I first started though, because I didn't know shit.
Man, I'm telling you. Joey, it was nice.
So I saved myself a tow new.
You gonna get yourself in big trouble, man. So you save yourself a toner, you put that in, it that goes towards your commission for the month.
Basically, yeah.
They're gonna get you, man. man. Hey, Mark, wrap it up with Joey, man. I'm done, bro.
Hey, man, it was a good live. I mean, it was good. It was a good conversation, man. I think secrets got exposed, and I think with the secrets getting exposed, I think people learned something. So now, I think eyes are open, and at least the subscribers that watch our channel, going forward, they're going to be a little bit more diligent. And that was the whole purpose, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to ask questions, and and they're going to be a little bit more diligent going forward. So I think we did what we were supposed to do. I appreciate you, Joey, for coming on, and
I think that there's a lot of stuff he didn't want to tell us, you know what I mean? And that's understandable. But we still appreciate whatever info you bring. I think there's a lot more that you have, but you don't want to tell us because, which I respect that because, you're still at your job and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying, Joey? But we appreciate you taking the time to come on, man. All right?
No problem, man. Hit me up if you need some lows. I'll get you right.
Oh, man. All right,
hey,
man.
we appreciate you.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
no
you,
problem,
man.
man. No problem, man. I'll see y'all, man.
All
All
right,
right.
peace.
And go and read the comments in the chat, man. A lot of people go get you, man.
Hey, you got legend status, man. They say you a legend,
legend
man. So you a
a
legend,
lot of
man.
people a lot of people in the chat like you, man. When you
Yeah.
get off, just go read what they're saying.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna peep it out. I'm gonna peep it.
I appreciate you, my brother, and we'll keep in touch, man. And I appreciate the info. This is what it's about, man. And yeah, we ain't gonna keep you long because you give us more than an hour, so we really appreciate it. All right.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. Appreciate you.
Welcome anytime. All right.
All right, man. I'll come next time.
All right.
All right, y'all.
All right, peace. Oh shoot. Oh damn, I hung Kirk up. Hey Kirk, I hung you up by mistake. I think I did, or maybe I didn't. Oh, there you go. My bad.
I think
I
you
pressed
end
the wrong
both of
button.
us, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
switched over. But
Oh
oops.
man.
Yeah, man, that was a good. That was
Where you
that
at?
was good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yo. Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you. You hearing me?
I hear you. Uh-oh. Can't hear you. All right, we'll bring Kirk back up. Oh no, he's got some audio difficulties. But man, there's the broker. I guess we'll dialogue about it real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. Let me see if I can get Kirk back up here. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let me pull this up here. I'm really going in on these brokers. I already felt like the brokers were taking a big chunk of the money. I think every scenario is going to be different. If you notice, Kirk, what up?
Hold on a minute. I'm not hearing you.
If you notice, guys, he kept talking about new carriers. So I would associate new carriers also with people who don't have experience in negotiation. You got to be diligent. You got to know how to negotiate. Kirk running on a new system, and I think he's still learning how to work it. So I don't hear you. Well, I hear you, but
I'm not hearing you.
Plug your audio in. You gotta turn the audio on. You gotta plug your audio in, bro. You gotta connect the audio. The audio. Hold on, y'all. Let me call him on the phone, man. Cause you gotta turn. I don't know what you did. You gotta do whatever you did the first time when you could hear. Hello? Can you hear now?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna come in on my phone.
All right. Hold on, guys. When Kurt gets back up here, we'll just dialogue about this live and then we'll wrap it up. So I'm confused. Hold on. What does it say? So I'm confused. Did he say the broker is keeping 70% of the load and paying carry 30% or vice versa? No, he said in certain scenarios, he gave a range of 50 to 75% or 50 to 70% in some cases, but that's not in all cases. You know, an experienced person, he wouldn't be able to do. They wouldn't be able to do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not hearing you on my phone either.
That's got to be something with you then, Kurt. What you got your speakers running through? What you gotta set the speakers. So whatever you got the speakers. Yeah.
I'm not hearing you on my phone.
What about now? It's something on your end. Wherever you point your speakers to, your Bluetooth speakers, you gotta point them to wherever you. Oh God, Kurt, come on, man. Hello, Kurt. You gotta put your headphones on. That's why you can't hear nothing. Yo. Put your headphones on, man. Your headphones. Where are your headphones?
I'm not hearing you on my phone.
Yo, your headphones, bro.
Oh.
Bro, you gotta put your headphones on, man.
You hearing
man,
me?
He tweaking, man. He tweaking, man. I gotta hit the button, y'all. I'm sorry.
You tweaking.
Yo, put your head. Yo. Kurt. God damn it. Man, what's wrong with him, man? Yo.
Hello?
Yeah. Yo, you gotta put your headphones
Hello?
on, man. Your headphones. Man. Your headphones. Bro, you took your headphones
Stop using
off,
my
man.
phone.
Bro, you gotta put your headphones on, man. Can you hear? Oh, man, this guy, man.
Hello?
This man then left the room and took Kirk's sound with him. This man done killed some dreams, then killed Kirk's audio. Hey Kirk, hold on, let me call him, man. Let me call him, bro. Kurt, you gotta put your wear your headphones.
I'm using my cell phone.
I know, but what did you do when we was on live?
I don't know. Once you cut off Joey, my phone it's stuck on mute.
Listen, if you on your computer and then you tried your phone and you still can't hear anything, that means wherever you're pointing the output to is on mute, because you gotta be pointing to the same thing.
Yeah, but when I shut off the computer and I go on the cell phone itself, I'm still not hearing you.
That's what I'm saying. Something on your end. The output or the input.
All right, let me try to figure it out, and I'll shout you back. I'll call you back.
I don't know. But yeah, y'all got any questions, man? Y'all got any questions? Because I don't know, man. Kirk might not get it, man. He's playing with a new system, and I don't think he understands it. I think yesterday was his first day dealing with this new setup, so he may not have it figured out. So, but I think he needs to just put his headphones on and he'll be all right. Audio output not set to his computer monitors. Definitely not set. He probably had them pointed to his headphones and now they pointed somewhere else. So I don't know what's going on. But it was a good live tonight, man. I think a lot of Kirk wanted to pussyfoot around the questions. I wanted to get to the questions that y'all wanted the answers to. So once I got tired of pussyfooting, I just went on ahead and just, got busy. Yo. Hey, man, he over there looking just lost, man. He don't know what's going on, man. He don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, so I might just end this live, man, because man, this ain't gonna it don't look like it's gonna get no better for Kirk. It don't look like it's gonna get no better, man. So I don't want to kill the vibe, man. I think I'm just gonna end it, man. We came, we saw, we conquered, man. The broker came, he told y'all what he needed to do. Hold on. Let me just tell him I'm gonna end it, man. Yeah, I'm just probably just gonna end it, bro.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. For some reason, I'm trying to get back on, but there's no audio.
Why don't you just reset your computer, man? If reset your computer and restart your computer.
Like 2 times.
Well, your output, wherever your output, you gotta look to see where your output is going.
My output is on the mic, audio out.
Wait, I'm talking about your so you can't hear me.
I can't hear you, no. You
can
hear me, but
so you need to go. So look, go to system settings. Are you running that stuff through are you running it straight through your computer, or are you running through a interface?
The interface.
See, I don't know then. I don't know. See,
I run it directly through the thing that you told me to get. I even restart that.
Yeah, I don't know. Bro. I don't know.
Let me see if I can hear you, and then just keep going it, and then I'll see if I can hear you.
If you can't hear me this time, I'm just gonna end it, bro. Cause man, it's gonna throw the whole show off, man.
All right. Let me see if I can hear you.
I'm gonna give him one more chance, y'all. If he can't get it together, then I'm just gonna wrap it up, man. I don't wanna be playing with this and keep y'all. I know y'all curious to hear us go back and forth about what happened, but I don't wanna mess the all the good information and the vibe that we had going. You know what I'm saying? So, but in the meantime, in between time, if there's any questions, I answer them. If not, then I'm gonna probably just wrap it up. Let Kirk figure that out. If it's a Mac, when you change the audio output from the Zoom, you need to set it back to the interface through the audio settings. Yeah, I don't think he really know how to do that. Let me see. Yeah, he probably mixed it up. He probably got the mic and input. Hold on. Let me call him. Hey, you got the mic in input or you got it in output?
I got the mic in output.
All right, so what did you change?
Try and drop the link. Let me see if I could come through there. I didn't change anything.
I dropped the link.
Let me see.
You said you got the mic as output or input? Yo.
Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
All right. Yeah, man, you're going to have to play around with this some more. You got the floor. We lost about 30 people. I'm going to let you build it back up. Can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. You want to close the show out? Or?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so you want to talk about what just happened or or you just, you flabbergasted or
I'm exhausted from you guys, man.
I think it was a good show. I don't want to kill the mood of it.
It's
you know what I'm saying? I think the vibe might be a little off now, but you got anything you want to say? Yo.
No, I just want to thank everybody for coming through, man. And like we always talk about this, everything on this channel. You know what I mean?
Can you hear me? It might be a delay. Can you hear me?
Just keep watching, man, and we'll bring it to you.
Yeah, it's a delay. He on the delay. All right, so yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I appreciate everybody. We'll do another show next week. Stay tuned for the topic. Make sure you turn your post notifications on so you'll know what we're talking about and what special guests we're having. This Monday night show is actually doing pretty good. It's actually doing better than our individual live streams because we're coming from a different place. It's a dialogue. It's a dialogue amongst people, and I think it's bringing information, it's bringing a slight touch of entertainment, and I see that people really enjoy this Monday night show. So we'll continue to build on that. For everybody that drives when they listen to this, you can download the YouTube Music app. It's free, and you can get it in podcast form in just audio, which you can play in the background. And the only thing you have to do that is just download YouTube Music. And just when you download YouTube Music, just search the Wise Man Podcast, which would be right here. And then from there, once you search the Wise Man Podcast in YouTube Music, you can listen to it in audio form. You just click on which podcast episode you want to hear right there and press play. And then when you press play, Just speak in totality. It'll come up in video, but you can switch it to audio, and you can just listen.
We can speak it. Okay.
And then you can just listen to it in the background. I'm working on getting this podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the other podcast platforms as well. So that's just for you guys that are driving in the middle of the night or during the day and you want to listen in. That's an easier way to listen in versus, the video form on the regular YouTube app. And then stay tuned for Spotify and podcasts and Tidal and all those other spots. All right, so appreciate it. I'm going to let Kirk, I'm going to get off this live and help Kirk figure out what he got going on. So I'll be back Thursday. I don't know if Kirk got another show going on this week. Stay tuned for Kirk's new shows on Sunday. He's not talking about box trucks no more. He's talking about other stuff. So make sure you guys stay tuned for his first episode, I think, this Sunday. Other than that, guys, we are out.